Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. We're surrounded by books. That means one of two things: a book haul or a book recommendation. We are doing a book haul. So the theme is romance books, because you know we're in the romance mood. So that's what we're doing. So I got these books from Barnes & Nobles. I filmed a little vlog on that one so you could see me browsing these. And then I got two from Ollie's. I've talked about Ollie's before. It's a bargain outlet. They have a bunch of stuff, but they usually also have really good deals on books. But the thing is, you're not always gonna find the newest or the most popular book at Ollie's. You might find some that are a little bit older, but every now and then they get like new books or whatever. So yeah, we're doing a romance theme. I'll put the prices on the screen below, because for my Barnes & Nobles books, I actually had $20 in Barnes & Nobles rewards, and then I had a $10 Barnes & Nobles gift card, and then I also have the Barnes & Nobles premium membership, so I got 10% off all of my books. So the price is different. I'll put the regular price and the discount price, and then the same for Ollie's. So let's get into it. First, we have Between Never and Forever by Shain and Rose. I've shown one of her books on my channel before. This is book 3 in the Hardy Billionaire Brothers series. It's a whole family of Hardys. There's 4 brothers and then 2 sisters, and the sisters are mentioned in this series, but they're also a part of another series. You don't technically have to read that one first, but like if you want to get to know the sisters and who they're with, then that's a separate series. I've read books 1 and 2 of this series. So we finally got 3. There are 4 books in this series. The 4th one is out, but since we like to read series orders, I only got this one. But I'm very excited because I enjoy the series. It's kind of like a quick read. And then they all have the different tropes. And with this, there also previous relationships are mentioned. So I highly encourage reading them in order. As my best friend's brother, Dex Hardy has always been my downfall. Older, forbidden, and completely irresistible. Our paths were never supposed to cross, but they tangled irrevocably during those summer nights when we exchanged forevers and I love yous under the stars, in secret. He knew it had to be that way, yet he betrayed our relationship in the moment he made it public. So I left him brokenhearted in order to save us both. Years later, to help my family financially, I signed a 6-month contract to perform within the Black Diamond Resort and Casino. It should be easy, but Dex Hardy is now the cold, ruthless billionaire tycoon who owns it. And he wants revenge. When he finds out I have a ring on my finger, he makes his own deal with me. Leave a man I don't love or get engaged to him instead, or else. 6 months of calling Dex my fiance, even if he stares at me with hardened eyes. 6 months of ignoring his electrifying touches and pretending I don't love him, when I still do. The problem with faking this engagement is I'm starting to believe in forever with him. Yet, as more truths come to light, my fiance may never want that with me again. I'm so excited. So, they were introduced in book 2. It kind of set up their story. And from what I gather, there it's just going to be good. So, Dex was essentially left brokenhearted. His brothers and family and all that still kind of tease him about it. And the whole reason she ends up getting this job is because one of his other brothers reaches out to her about this job. And that's how their paths cross. But again, there is bad blood, and we honestly don't know what happened with her, like why she broke up with him. So there's obviously a deeper meaning there. Looking forward to getting into that. But yeah, from Dex in book 2, he definitely does not like her. He has a hatred for her for whatever went down with him. But I think he still slightly cares for her. And I think that stems from not knowing completely the truth of why they broke up. Because obviously she has a deeper reason of why they needed to break up than he did. So I'm here for it. And it's taking place in this casino. The casino was set up in the second book. So I think it's going to be good. Looking forward to it. Also, look how pretty. They put the flowers on the inside. I love that. It's on the back too. But this one has a total of 409 pages. We're looking forward to that. And then here are all the books in the Hardy Brothers series. And this is the other series I was talking about, the sisters. So the sisters have like a mafia series, but they kind of intertwine. So, but again, I've only read one of the books from the sisters series. So I have like an understanding, but I don't think you have to read them to read this series. And then the original price for this book was $18.99. Now we're moving on to The Hookup Plan by Farrah Rochon. So I found out this is actually book 3 in a series. I did not know that. This book has been on my TBR for a very long time, and when I saw it, I was like, okay, this is the perfect chance to grab it. Little did I know it is a series. So I don't think it's a series focused on the same couple. I think it's an interconnected series, but I don't know if I necessarily need to read books 1 and 2 before reading this one, because you know I don't have books 1 and 2, do I? I have book 3. So I am going to look into that to see if it's actually necessary. But I'm still excited to read this one regardless of all of that, because I've heard really good things about this one. And I mean, look at this. It looks like it's already giving enemies to lovers by the stance. And I love a good enemies to lover. Like literally her worst enemy might just be her best mistake. Say less. She got close friends and an even closer enemy. Successful pediatric surgeon London Kelly just needs to find some balance and de-stress. According to her friends, Samaya and Taylor, what London really needs is a casual hookup. A night of fun with no strings, but no one, least of all, London, expected it to go down at her high school reunion with Drew Sullivan, millionaire, owner of delicious abs, and oh yes, her arch nemesis. Now London is certain the road to hell is paved with good sex, because she's found out the real reason Drew's back in Austin, to decide whether her beloved hospital remains open. Worse, Drew is doing everything he can to show her that he's a decent guy who actually cares. But London's not falling for it, because while sleeping with the enemy is one thing, falling for him is definitely not part of the plan. What? We love it. Also, the author is from New Orleans. Love that. But so I'm assuming books 1 and 2 are featuring Samaya and Taylor, her friends. So it just seems like it's an interconnected series with best friends. So I think I'm good to read this one first, since it's the one I have. But I love enemies to lovers, and especially because Drew is determining the fate of London's hospital. That's going to be some good stuff. And there's past history between them. They were arch nemesis in high school. I'm also wondering how that stemmed to be. Like, why were they like that in high school? And maybe there was something between them in high school. It just never came to be. Or at least maybe it was like one-sided from someone. And then it also seems like Drew is trying to show London that he's actually a really nice guy. It's just the predicament that they're in. He's determining the fate of her hospital. So I think it's going to be good. I love it. It also seems actually kind of thick for a romance. 388. So it's not super thick, but I'm here for it. And also these are the other books that I was talking about, so it's just the friends. Yeah, we're looking forward to this one. The original price for this one was $15.99. Next, we have another book in a series. This is Dream Girl Drama by Tessa Bailey. So this is the Barnes & Noble's exclusive edition. So the edges are different than the regular ones. Has the heels and then the hockey skates. I'm pretty sure I've shown all of the books in this series, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be the last one. This is the second book in the series. I forgot. I think there was something else I was going to say. Oh, I actually got this one early. So it didn't come out until February 4th, but I actually got it early. Barnes & Noble's near me put it out on February 1st. I just got lucky. But I've enjoyed the other books in this series, and I've really been looking forward to this one. This is an interconnected series. Technically, to get the best experience, it makes sense to read them in order, but it does follow different couples. They're just mentioned throughout other books in the series. So kind of the same thing with the Hookup Plan. You do get a better experience if you read them in order, but if you're like me, sometimes you don't know it's a series and you just end up with a book. So let's get into it. A steamy chance encounter between a professional hockey player and the manic pixie dream girl he just can't seem to forget takes a turn when the pair realize that their parents are engaged in an all-new rom-com by #1 New York Times bestselling author Tessa Bailey. When professional hockey player Sig Gartier's car breaks down and his phone dies, he treks into a posh private country club to call a tow truck. There, he encounters the alluring Chloe Clifford, the manic pixie dream girl who captivates him immediately with her sense of adventure and penchant for stealing champagne. Sparks fly during a moonlight kiss, and the enamored pair can't wait to see each other again. But when Stig finally arrives to meet his dad's new girlfriend over dinner, Chloe is confusingly also there. Turns out the girlfriend is Chloe's mother. Oh, and they're engaged. Stig's dream girl is his future stepsister. Though the pair is now wary of being involved romantically, Chloe, a sheltered heart prodigy, yearns to escape her controlling mother. Sig promises to teach her the ins and outs of independence in Boston, but not inside his bedroom. They both know there can never be more than a friendship between a famous hockey player and his high society soon-to-be stepsister. But keeping their relationship platonic grows harder amid the developing family drama, especially knowing they were meant for so much more. So, I'm hoping as we get towards the end that their parents don't get together, because even though it's step siblings, it's still very weird. Yeah, this is definitely new territory for Tessa, but I am here because these characters were mentioned in the last book. Again, to kind of just set up for this book. So I have been looking forward to it. I just didn't know the step sibling angle was coming to be. So yeah, I'm really praying on the downfall of their parents' engagement. And I mean, it's saying family drama, so there's probably outside stuff going on that they don't really know about. And I do think with Sig trying to help Chloe kind of gain that more independence, he's obviously going to get to know her on a deeper level, which the feelings are going to arise, and they're going to have to defy their feelings because there's a chance that they might be step siblings. So I think there's going to be yearning, because obviously they're not going to want to be together for a certain reason, but then they are going to want to be together. So it's giving, we're going to have yearning. And this also seems like it's a quick read. Not much. Most of the books in this series though, were fairly quick. Yeah, this only has 305 pages. And then this, which one? So this is book 1 in the series, and then this is book 2. I also have a handful of some of these other books because I love a good, oh, this is not the last book in the series. It literally says it right here. Look out for the next book in the Big Shot series, Picture Perfect, coming summer 2025. So book 1, it was a golf player, and the book 2 was a hockey player, and then we have another hockey player in book 3, and it seems like we're gonna have a baseball player in book 4. I'm here for that though. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. I always eat up a Tessa Bailey book. And the original price for this one was $18.99. Now we're going to the last book from my Barnes & Noble's haul. Is My Funny Demon Valentine by Aurora Asher. So this is another start of a series. I think these got republished with like a new cover and sprayed edges. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is a republished edition. And then I was trying to show, like, look how pretty that is. Look. And also, the edges only come for the first print run, I believe. From the instant New York Times bestselling author Aurora Asher comes the first novel in a wickedly funny, spicy series about demons, curses, and a very bad thing called love. Okay, this name, Asmodeus, Prince of Hell, just wants to make music. Jazz specifically. Unfortunately, he's a demon, and he's supposed to be evil. Clearly for Ash, a career as a musician isn't exactly an option. Plus, he's cursed. Sick of playing by the rules, Ash and his 3 brothers escape hell in search of freedom on Earth. But it's harder than they thought to keep their enemies off their tails. Yet everything changes for Ash when he meets a beautiful violinist who can see through his curse. No matter the risk, he has to save her. Evangeline Gregory is just your average human. She works at a jazz bar, plays gigs on weekends, and apparently hallucinates demons. At least that's what Eva tells herself. When moments after she meets the man of her dreams, she sees him shift into a 7-foot-tall monster. Not believing her own eyes, Eva decides to investigate and soon finds herself in the middle of a supernatural cluster. But Ash isn't the only one keeping secrets, and the shocking truth will change Eva's life forever. Or maybe just doom it. The path to love can be complete hell. Okay, I don't think Eva is a human. I don't know, it's giving she can't be a human if she's seeing demons. Or maybe this type of curse put on Ash is connected to Eva, which is why she can see him. I don't know, there has to be some type of connection between them because it is kind of random, just like a random human sees a demon, like, or maybe it's the connection to jazz. I don't know, because like, how coincidental is it that he wants to play jazz and she works at a jazz bar? So there's some type of connection there. But this also seems like a fairly quick read. It only has 359 pages. So not too thick, and I've already seen like reviews because this came out towards the end of January, I believe, people saying it's like a quick read, it's swoon worthy, it's hilarious. We love to see it. And also it is a series, and I'm assuming the rest of the brothers are all getting their own books, so that would be like an interconnected series. I don't know how big of a part they're gonna play in this one. So that's what I'm thinking of. But yeah, I'm excited. I've seen a lot of good reviews. It's an interesting take for a Valentine book, so yeah. And then the original price on this one was $19.95. So now we're moving on to the 2 books from Ollie's. So this one is Barbarian's Mate by Ruby Dixon. I have heard crazy things about this series. So it's called the Ice Planet Barbarian series. There's like, I don't know, 16 books in this series. I looked this up. This is I think this was book 6 in the series. I didn't know if I was ever gonna read this series, and that's mainly because I don't see the books like anywhere. So when I saw this one, I was like, okay, let me grab it and see. It's also a special edition with a different cover. As you can see, it's like an alien and human. So apparently this is, I think the aliens, these type of aliens don't have women or something, and the women from Earth end up with them. I don't know. It's something like that. But originally, when I heard of this series, I kind of thought of the Avatar movie with those blue people. So that's where my mind goes. Is it going to be like that? I don't know. And also, I'm pretty sure you don't have to read these books in order. It's probably an interconnected series where couples you've met previously get mentioned in the other books, whatever. I will not be reading the series in order because, like I said, there's like 16 books. I found book number 6. This is where we're going to start and see what happens. But most people say it's kind of just comical, easy, fast read with some romance. And it's aliens. So yeah. Josie has always dreamed of finding the one, but the hunter chosen for her is nothing like what she expected or wanted, though he might be exactly what she needs. Resonance is supposed to be a dream. That's when your soulmate is picked for you, and every woman on the ice planet has hooked up with a big hunky soulmate of her own except me. So do I want to mate? Heck yeah. More than anything, all I've ever desired to be is loved by someone. But the soulmate chosen for me, he's my least favorite person on the darn ice planet. Hayden's the most cranky, disapproving, unpleasant, overbearing male alien. So why is it that my body sings when he gets close? And why is he working so hard to prove to me that he's not as awful as I think he is? I hate him. Don't I? So it's giving enemies to lovers. We love to see that. And obviously from what's mentioned on the back of the book is they're on this ice planet. And I guess they have this type of system now where the male aliens and the female humans, they have a mating system now where a mate is picked for you. Also, the term mate is essentially like a loved one. Someone you're supposed to be bonded with for the rest of your life. Usually that term is mainly used in like werewolf type books because you have a mate or whatever. But it's also been used in other like fantasy paranormal books. So I guess that's what it's seeming like. Your soulmate is picked out for you, which is a little odd. But also it seems like Hayden is trying to prove why they should be together. So maybe there was something that got misconstrued along the way, so he doesn't hate her. Maybe it's just like the situation that they're in. I don't know, but I have no real knowledge of this world. So I'm kind of going in here blind, but like I've heard good things about the book, so we'll see. Well, I mean about the series. And this also seems to be a quick read. It has a total of 303 pages. And then the original price was $17 and I got it for $3.99. Now we're moving on to our last book in the haul. We have a love song for Ricki Wilde by Tia Williams. I've been looking forward to having this book. So I read 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. I'm pretty sure I've also shown it on my channel. So good. Loved it. Loved it. And when I heard about the new book coming out, it's like, yes, yes. I just hadn't seen it in store. So when I saw it in Ollie's, it was an automatic grab. And I'm looking forward to it. I've heard really good reviews about this one again. It's another top tier book by Tia. It's good vibes. It's swoon worthy. And that makes me so happy. So I'm really looking forward to this one. One florist, one pianist, one love story, 100 years in the making. Ricki Wilde has many talents, but being a Wilde isn't one of them. As the impulsive artistic daughter of the powerful Atlanta dynasty, She's the opposite of her famous socialite sisters. Where they're long-steamed roses, she's a dandelion, an adorable bloom that's actually a weed, born to float wherever the wind blows, in her bones. Ricki knows that somewhere a different, more exciting life awaits her. When a regal nonagerian, Miss Della, invites her to rent the bottom floor of her Harlem brownstone, Ricki jumps at the chance for a fresh beginning. She leaves behind her family, wealth, and chaotic romantic decisions to realize her dream of opening a flower shop in New York City. And just beneath the surface of her new neighborhood, the music, stories, and dazzling drama of the Harlem Renaissance still simmers. One evening in February, as the heady, curiously off-season scent of night-blooming jasmine fills the air, Ricki encounters a handsome, deeply mysterious stranger who knocks her world off balance in the most unexpected way. Set against the backdrop of contemporary Harlem and 1920s decadence, A Love Song for Ricki Wilde is a modern fairy tale of two passionate artists drawn to the magic and romance of New York and whose lives are irreversibly linked. Doesn't that just sound so beautiful? I love it already. I mean, like, she's running away from her family to be separate, start her own life, do this flower shop. And I'm wondering, because they said they bump or knock her world off her balance. So maybe he actually knocks her off her balance. I don't know, but I'm telling you, I read 7 Days in June and loved it. So I just know I'm gonna love this one. Tia just has a way when she writes. It's beautiful, beautiful. And then it's also looking like a quick read. 7 Days in June was a quick read as well. But again, I've heard nothing but good things about this book, and I have insane high hopes for this one based on the last book I read by Tia. This one has 342 pages, so yeah, kind of quick. And then the original price on this one was $29, and I got it for $4.99. Also, just look at the cover. It's so beautiful. It just gives love. It gives swoon. It gives romance. And that's what I want. So, there we have it. My romance book haul. I'll go through the books one more time, but I'm thoroughly excited to read all of these. And they're all kind of like, they're romance, but a few of them are kind of like fantasy, you know, paranormal, different subgenres of romance genre. So Between Never and Forever by Shain Rose, The Hookup Plan by Farrah Rochon, Dream Girl Drama by Tessa Bailey, My Funny Demon Valentine by Aurora Asher, Barbarian's Mate by Ruby Dixon, and then A Love Song for Ricki Wilde by Tia Williams. So those are all of my books. I'm very excited to read them. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this. Go treat yourself to some romance books for Valentine's Day, girl. You deserve it. Always treat yourself. And I will see y'all in the next video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more, please hit the subscribe button down below. Peace and blessings, my loves.